right, we have Kyler Phillips on the show, coming off a successful Octagon debut over the weekend at UFC Norfolk. He defeated Gabriel Silva via unanimous decision and picked up an extra 50 G's for his efforts for the fight of the night. Kyler, how are you, man?
50 G's, baby. No, that's good. I'm doing good, bro. I'm excited. I'm about to actually go to Vegas tomorrow. I'm gonna go watch Sugar Sean. My teammate Sugar Sean is gonna fight this weekend. Go check out the Performance Institute and stuff. So, yeah, I'm just riding off this, and I want to fight again soon, but I gotta wait and take the professional route and see what's good.
What is Sean's demeanor like right now? Because I spoke to him around a month or so ago, and I guess the word I could explain was he was optimistic that he would be able to fight on Saturday. He's dealing with a lot of stuff right now, which I'm sure everybody knows about, but what's his demeanor like right now?
Oh, Sean, dude, last time I seen him, man, like, if you just watch him training, like, he's a show, but it's not like, he's a good kid. He really is a good dude. And when he spars, it's like, I'm like, damn, that's freaking tight when I watch him. And so, like, he's got some sick stuff, man. That guy is super sick. And if you guys thought the Sugar Show was whatever happened, it's just better. Like, them giving him time off is just making Sugar Show a beast. And I don't think there's any ring rust. I took a year off and still performed like that. And so, yeah, like, same thing applies for him, too.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does, but I just want to say, as a man who has lost the battle over the years, I gotta say I'm quite envious of the hair, man. Like, there were photos all over social media of that long flowing hair all week long. I'm seeing it right in front of me right now. Kudos to you. I guess, what's the secret to your follicle success here, Kyler?
The luscious locks. Just Versace. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I use a little bit of essential oils. And then just shampoo, conditioner, yeah, basically. And I think I just got, good hair, good thick hair. So, but my little brothers, we all have the long hair. So except for Cameron, the littlest one. So you guys thought the Matrix is, all sick. I'm the bigger brother, but I have 3 little brothers, and at least one of them is gonna be in the UFC with me, and probably better. So,
are all of them training?
All of them have been training their whole life like me. Like, they got jiu-jitsu when they're little kids, and 2 of them were actually kids jiu-jitsu world champs, and they wrestle and they box all the time, and they know how to fight and scrap. But I got a 12-year-old, or no, 13. I think Cameron's 13. He's a little bit bigger. And then Cole, he's 16. And he's like super technical and fast. And then Connor's 19. He's actually at San Francisco State. But you never know, man. You never know.
So 4 boys?
4 boys, and then I got my sister. She's like almost 2 years older than me. So we're the K kids. Kalani, Kyler, Connor, Cole, Cameron. Because my grandpa, when we were kids, he got this. It was just me and my sister, but he got a boat in Florida, and he named it the K Kids because it was me and my sister, Kalani, Kyler. And then my cousins, who is actually his daughter's kids, which is they're Keenan and Kelsey. So K Kids, and then we just kept the K's and kept the boat. And,
that's amazing.
Actually, he just sold that boat though, so I was like, damn. But it's all
man.
good.
They say that the 2 days you remember about boats is the day you buy it and the day you sell it. So did you have any great memories from the boat yourself?
Oh, super great memories. We caught a lot of fish and stuff. My grandpa lives on I think it's Banana and Indian River, right there, right next to the beach, Satellite Beach. So like his backyard, he had that boat, and like he's like a big pool, but like the river is his backyard. So there's all types of fish in there. We'll go like paddle boarding. The neighbors let us use their they have kayaks. We have a canoe. We also have a canoe, and then we like go to like some little island up the street, hang out over there. So, yeah, man.
Very cool stuff. It was a fantastic fight on Saturday, your first fight in over a year. How does it all feel less than 72 hours later?
It feels good, but you know what I mean? Like, you want to go back. You want to fight again. I like that feeling a lot, especially walking out. It just felt like home. Like, all of those nervous whatever feelings, I just let it out. I'm just like ready to go and just embracing those feelings. And yeah, man, just I can't wait to fight again. I'm super stoked.
How do you come down from that high? Because I've actually talked to fighters over the years that they take the post fight in different ways. Like I talked to one fighter in particular, it always sticks out to me. He says that win or lose after every fight, he falls into a depression because he loves that feeling so much. So once it's gone, he's kind of left wondering, what do I do now to get ready for the next one? How do you deal with sort of the swings of the post fight emotions?
There's a couple different ways. Like I don't want to say like it's not like a drug, but like in your head, um, when you get that type of high, like, and you can't get that, you're gonna like look to something else. And sleep is a good alternative, especially when you don't sleep a lot. Like I need to sleep a little bit more. I haven't been sleeping much lately, but that, and then I'm trying to stay away. Like I'm trying to stay away from eating like like stupid food and stuff because like that's what's gonna you're gonna get all fat. A lot of fighters, that's what they fall to. You just lay in bed, eat a ton of ice cream, throw some syrup in there. So I made sure I worked out a couple times yesterday. I had some donuts from Dunkin' Donuts, and then I was like, all right, I got to go work out right now. So I did some cardio just to burn off the donuts, and yeah, basically just working out a little bit and playing some video games, going outside. Probably gonna go hiking today too. There's a lot of spots in Arizona.
I talk to fighters all the time about making their UFC debuts and getting that first win, and that's when being in the promotion, like having those three letters attached to you, like that's when it becomes real. Like has it sunk in that you finally made your debut, you got a win, and had the performance that you had?
Um, I expected out of myself actually like right after the fight. I'm not like I'm super critical of myself, and like right after the fight I thought I didn't do as well. I was just like whatever, like when I raised my hand, like I wanted that finish, whatever. But that was a sick technical fight, man, like all over the place. And you got to just like be thankful and have gratitude in the moment because that moment will just pass you up like that. And then all of a sudden you were just, oh well, I didn't do good. You expect yourself to be so perfect, and none of us are. So just being like having that gratitude in the moment is something that's really helping for sure.
How would you grade your performance overall? Like if you were a school teacher or a professor, how would you grade that performance?
For me, like guys haven't really seen the full matrix yet. Like you guys seen a little bit of what I can do, but of course, like you're gonna grade yourself lower because you have a lot of stuff. So the reason that I performed so high was because my training and my abilities are here. And I'm not trying to say it like that, but it's like you're trying to perfect and get to here, but it's gonna come subpar. It's gonna come up, but it's not always gonna be like how you want it to be to plan out. So those game plans in my head was anything. I was ready to finish him in the first, ready to finish him in the second, third, whether that's striking, ground and pound, a head kick, a spinning hook kick, boxing the dude, trying to finish a leg lock, a Darce choke, or just grinding out the decision. And I was ready for all of those things, and that's why I performed the way I did.
Gabriel, obviously a very tough guy. He took some big shots from you. Came into the UFC with an 8-0 record, and like you said, it was a very technical battle between the two of you guys. Was he everything you expected him to be, or did anything surprise you in that fight on Saturday?
Nothing really surprised me, but the one thing that surprised me a little bit was his belief in himself and his faith and belief that he's gonna go all the way, even when he's rocked, even when he's hurt. He had a really good poker face. I expect a lot. A lot of those Brazilians had that heavy stance, duck down, chuck the right hand, and then you got that. They got a really solid jiu-jitsu game. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and even when I was on the floor, I had, he had me in that knee bar, and I knew I wasn't gonna tap to that. I was gonna get out, and I put my foot on his hamstring, kicked him away. But I was like, huh. I was like, it's pretty cool because he tried. When I defended the knee bar, he was going to the heel hook, the inverted heel hook, and I was like, damn, this guy's pretty technical. And then when I was like passing his guard, he kept going to deep half and then trying to switch over and go up to the single leg and then trying to go out the back door. And then like he was pretty like technical. That was like some high level jiu-jitsu he was doing. I just had to stay a step ahead and like pass and strike. And the ground and pound is actually what helped me because like he would get hit, boom, and then I'd pass. And then like I hit him again and then he would try to recover and then I'd be on something else. So that's why I had to mix the styles up, and he got really stuck. Like I said at the beginning of camp, um, before I started to fight, I said, or before I started fight camp, I said that he's really, really good at at like all the areas. Okay, so like he's got a really good jiu-jitsu game, great wrestling, really good boxing, good kickboxing, but he's his like the way he's got to change gears is different than me. For me, I said like him, he's got to get off of his say like his wrestling is like his trail bike and his other one's his road bike. He's got to and his other one's his trick bike. It's like three different bikes, but they're all really good. And I got one bike that can just like change gears on the fly, and that's why I was like a step ahead because I was just changing gears on the same bike. And by the time he would try to think and like go back to wrestling, I'd be like switching up and I'm on something else, and then back to this. And that's why my style is really unpredictable because you get set in your ways, especially when you play the game. You play to box, you play to Muay Thai, kickbox, you play jiu-jitsu, you play hard wrestling. But when like somebody's like, it looks like they're hard wrestling, but they're actually transitioning jiu-jitsu, and then you're like, oh crap, and then you're trying to do catch up and do jiu-jitsu, and then boom, you're getting like freaking elbowed, and then the guy's spinning, doing a spinning hook kick. You're like, what the heck was he doing karate? And then all of a sudden, Muay Thai, like body shot, leg kick. It's just it's something that I practice is like just being on the next thing right away, you know.
Is that something you've always done throughout your career? Or is that something you've had to learn to do along the way?
A little bit of both. I've always been a technical fighter, and for sure with my grappling jiu-jitsu and my kicks and stuff, it's just that you have to develop a style that works for you because everybody's different. And the Kidokai, the bonsai tree represents each fighter or each human being, and every bonsai tree is different. They're all bonsai trees, but everybody cuts theirs in a different way. So it might be like your arm reach or your. Some people got fast twitch, slow twitch, medium twitch. Some things work for other people, and some things are better for others. So it's like finding what's best for you. And I feel like me, for my style and for what I've done for the longest time, has it's really coming to the surface for sure.
Yeah, I think it's pretty fair to say that whether you're just having a conversation or you're getting ready to fight another human being in a cage, you're very relaxed. It's a very relaxed nature that you bring to the table. So with that being said, did this feel like just like any other fight to you? Or, I mean, you've been on some big stage. You've been on the Contender Series. You've been on the Ultimate Fighter. You've had some big fights with LFA. Did it feel like any other fight for you? Or did you maybe feel some extra nerves, some extra energy with it being, an actual UFC event?
I'm pretty surprised you said that because I just like super jacked on coffee right now. But no, yeah, I guess I'd say I just love what I do, man. When I was going out there, and it's like any of those type of feelings is it's like any worrying doubts. Like, of course, you're gonna get those little whispers, whatever. But it's like the, smack that little thing out of the way. It's like, what are you talking about? That's like little kid stuff. We're mature now, We're on the big stage. It's like. So when you see more people, it should actually thrive. Like that should make you feel better. Like, damn, let's go, and without having to try to convince yourself of being something. Because I know I deserve to be there. I know how good I am. I know how capable I am, and I'm the only person that can be me. There's nobody else can be me, except for me. I'm the only dude with this thumbprint right here. You're the only dude with your thumbprint. So like, who else but you? Own it. Own that stuff. So I just feeling like, let's go, let's do it.
I need to talk to you like once a day, man, to realign my center, so to speak.
You want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe. Just pick the best time.
I get jacked up on coffee too. I think you're like the perfect balance for me.
You can hit me up anytime.
Oh, that's what I like to hear. I don't know how much of the rest of the card you were able to watch on Saturday, but were you feeling pretty good that some bonus money may be coming your way after that fight? How were you feeling after that in terms of the bonus?
I knew that, well, it was my debut, and the crowd was like, there was an intermission, and then there was my fight, and it was pretty packed, and they were like, USA, USA, chanting while I was on top. And the guy was trying to leg lock me, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. And I started hammer fisting him. That felt good, you know what I mean? And then after, like, when I was watching the main event, I knew that, we had a really sick fight, but what's his name? Figueroa and Benavidez is a really cool dude, man. He's really cool. But what's it called? When they were going, it was a pretty epic battle they were having the first round, and I was like, oh snap! I was like, they might snag that fight of the night. But then after he got knocked out, I was like, damn, this is like nobody got fight of the night. I was like, let's go. So I'm pretty sure my opponent, he's probably pretty happy that he after the fight. I'm pretty sure he was happy he got an extra 50 G's.
Yeah, absolutely. In this crazy sport of ours, you know how it is. You don't get to savor the flavor for too long. You just had a year off. You just got your first UFC win. Looks like no bumps and bruises, no medical suspension. We got a cat that's savoring the flavor as well. When
The
would you?
blind cat, check it out.
What's up?
It's blind.
Oh, is he?
Or she's blind.
What's her name?
Rosie.
What's up, Rosie? Joining the fray here. I like it. When do you want to get back in there and kind of keep this train moving? Or any time frames sort of stick out to you, or do you want to smell the roses for a little bit before kind of thinking about that?
I want to fight again for sure. But my goals this year was to fight 3 to 4 times. So if I don't fight 4 times this year, I'm gonna at least try to fight 3 times. So at least in the next 2 to 4 months for sure, get another fight. So hopefully, if I can fight 4 times, not get injured, be smart and safe, and then also get the little bit of recovery I need to. And that's why I was gonna go to the Performance Institute to go talk to the nutritionists, the people, and kind of be more professional with my recovery and stuff. And also, CBD's been helping me out a lot too, because I don't know if you drink a lot of coffee, and I don't know if you have any trouble sleeping ever, but CBD helps a lot. Like the tincture,
Yeah, yeah.
I'll take, but you got to take like a good amount, but it will make you sleep good if you take like 2 to 3 full mLs or full droppers and go to sleep. I sleep so good, and that helps with my recovery. So Turpal's been sending me that stuff, and yeah.
At least in my opinion, I think the bantamweight division is the best division in the UFC right now. I mean, there's so many good 35ers, like all the way up to the top. It's so interesting up there. You're not going to look too far to find top-notch competition. Is there anybody, and I'm not asking you to talk trash, you don't seem like a trash talker to me anyways, but is there anyone that sort of sticks out to you that you'd like to get in there and maybe raise that stock even more?
Conor McGregor, you taking everything. I freaking work for it. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, I don't know, man. Like I'm down to fight anybody, and that's one thing that once you step in the UFC, be ready to fight the champ, and that's something that like in my head, and also that you hear Ben Henderson always saying over at the lab. He's like, it's not about getting in the UFC, it's about staying in. Once you get in, it's like you ready to fight the champ already. And that's what it is for me. It's about building this legacy, and the legacy is not for me. It's for it's for everybody, for all of us to share, and the more I can take out my heart and everything, my mind and everything I'm made of, and just try to like put as much as I can to give it out. I'm trying to do what I can, and the more I take my self-centeredness away, I can focus on that, and it's pretty good feeling. Especially even yesterday, I taught over at the dojo at Two Knuckle Sports with Hanchi Nico. I trained in the morning, and then I trained after that, and then I taught classes. I taught the little kohais. They're like little ninjas. Kids are like anywhere from like 4 to 10 years old, but the little ones, I like those kids, man. Like, and then I'll bring their parents in, and their parents will be patting them, and then their parents will be patting other kids, and then they'll be body sparring and stuff. And it's good to see that type of energy when a parent's not just yelling at their young child like to do something, but like they're actually learning with their kids and moving around and having a good time and learning self-defense and learning to stay in shape too. And it's cool to bring the parents in, their accountability. And then I got the black belt club after that. We did some like pancreation stuff, and then I had an MMA class after that. So just the energy over there, it's cool to have that type of support, having a bunch of people like. So it's really cool, man.
You mentioned the MMA Lab, and things seem to be going well over there. I mean, I know there's a bit of a transition with some fighters moving on to other teams, but it seems like those who want to be there are there right now. So, I mean, Mario Batista got a great win at UFC 247. He looked phenomenal in that fight. You got Sean O'Malley coming up this Saturday. How would you describe the vibe at the lab right now?
Mario's a great example, man. That guy's not just a hard worker, but just a great dude. And he had a kid. He got a kid, and like that guy just works his butt off, man. It's like he brings his kid to the gym, and then she's over there and in the daycare, and then he's working out all day. The dude's there all day, man, and like, of course he deserves it. He got two bonuses back to back, and he deserves that, man. There's a bunch of dudes, and it's about like you're talking about people leaving gyms and stuff, and for me, it never matters about who you're. I don't care who my. It doesn't matter who the instructor is. It's like, I mean, it does. Like, you got to have a good instructor for sure. But at that level, everybody should be high level, and it's about the relationships you have within the gym that's gonna help you succeed. It's not about where you're at and you're training. You could just be, mouth shut at the biggest gym and you don't really know anybody. They're not gonna help you out. They're gonna use you as a body to, as a punching bag. Like at the lab, me, Sean, Mario, Ben. I mean, there's so many dudes in there. I can't say everybody, but it's like, and, John Crouch and everybody's like, we've been there together for so long that like we built that relationship, trust. We beat on each other, we go hard, but we also know when to like lay back and stay technical. We don't try to hurt each other, but we're gonna push each other to that point of testing the waters. But when we're in camp, those guys are there for us. Like Mario's there. I don't know how many times I've been in camp and Mario was there for me in my sparring rounds. And John Moraga was there. And there's a lot of times where guys need me for that style, and it's like it's cool to have that and just thriving off of each other's energy. And the 35 division right now, it's me, Sean, Casey Kenny, Mario, and there's a bunch of other guys: Marcus McGee, Clay Carpenter, uh, Palencia. There's a bunch of dudes, man. I can't say everybody, but yeah, got Jared Cannonier, Killer Gorilla. He just got injured, but he's coming up, man. He's gonna capture that title.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what's next for him. At the top of your division, it's a little weird right now with Cejudo getting ready to fight Jose Aldo. Like, I mean, it's an interesting matchup, but it doesn't make a ton of sense from a meritocracy standpoint. But here we are in 2020. Like, what are your thoughts on that fight, and how do you see that one playing out as a, put your fan hat on?
I'm not sure, man. There's like I can see it going both ways. I can see Henry out wrestling Jose. I can see Henry putting a clinic on him for sure, wrestling. But you've seen Aldo face tough wrestlers, and he has really good wizard get-ups. He pops up back up right away. But he is older. He's cutting the 35. Cejudo's fresh. But Aldo looked great in his last fight. I thought he won that fight. And I'm curious to see. But I would definitely say that Henry could put him on his back for sure.
What's the plan for the 50 Gs, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm gonna save it. I got a car already. I got a Prius,
Nice.
2008 Prius, so I don't need to go buy no Tesla or anything. I got a place to stay at. Yeah, I need to save my money. I think I learned after the Ultimate Fighter, me and Fight God Karate Delani, we went to the Gucci store after, buying all this Gucci stuff. Whatever, Versace blowing all your money. I already learned that lesson a little bit, so I'm just like, I don't really need that stuff.
That's smart. You're a smart man.
But I am going to Vegas this weekend. Hopefully, I'll go eat at the Performance Institute. I already got a hotel booked. So yeah, it's like I'm not gonna spend much money.
There you go. Maybe just go out for like one nice meal. Get like one nice steak or something. But that's it. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, my little brother's gonna come, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna come. Hopefully. But yeah, I'm gonna take him out. He's gonna have a good time.
There you go, man. Fantastic performance. Great fight, Kyler. Really enjoyed it. Congratulations on the win. Before we let you go, let the folks know where everyone can find and follow you on the web. Rosie, thanks for joining me as well. Where can we find you on the web, social media? Where can we check out pictures of the luscious locks? Any shout outs? Anything else you want to get off your chest? The floor is yours.
I got Xbox Live, Kai Matrix, KYMATRIX. Twitter handle, Kai Matrix. Instagram, Kai Matrix. Yeah, that's basically it. So if you want to follow me, go my stuff, like it, or if you want to hate on it, that's cool. Go ahead and make some negative comments. I don't care. Mention me in your story. So, sweet, dude.
Thank you, Kyler. Looking forward to seeing what's next for the Matrix. We haven't seen anything yet from what you said, and look forward to seeing you unleash it all upon us.
Yeah, hit me up, dude, if you wanna like talk again.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime. For sure. Thanks, man.
All right, man. Later, bro.